There's much to learn about what it means to be a Jew and how to live a Jewish life from the beginning of this week's Parsha. The Parsha begins with the story of Yitro, the father-in-law of Moshe, who's inspired. He hears about what happened to the Jewish nation. He hears about all the great miracles, and he decides that he will join them. He wanders into the desert, and he finds the Jewish nation. Moshe greets him, and we're told at the end of the first Aliyah, chapter 18, verse 12, about a dramatic scene. Vayikach Yisro chosein Moshe ola uzvachim le'elokim. That Yisro, he finally reaches the Jewish camp, and he brings offerings. He brings animals, he sacrifices them to God. Vayavo Aharon v'chol ziknei Yisrael. And now Aaron comes, and all of the elders of Israel. And they have a great feast. And you can imagine the scene developing. Here's Yisro bringing all these offerings. Here are the elders, the most illustrious men in the community. They're coming to have a meal. But what is it that's served at the meal? The pasuk continues, Vayavo Aaron v'chol ziknei Yisrael. Aaron, all the elders come. La'achol lechem im chosein Moshe lifnei Elokim. They come to eat bread. At the end of the day, despite the fact that Yisro brought all of these offerings, they have a simple meal with bread. Now, why is it? Why would they not have an extravagant meal? Here's all this meat. You can have a wonderful dinner. But instead, they have a meal with Yisro, simply of bread. I heard a beautiful explanation that Yisro was inspired. He heard about these miracles. He heard about these wonders, that God performed these wonders in Egypt, the splitting of the sea, the war with Amalek. Yisro joins the Jewish nation, and he's thinking of drama. He says, being a Jew, this means God showing himself. He's bringing these offerings. He's going to have an extravagant feast. And most of the elders, they teach Yisro that's not what it means to be a Jew. Yes, sometimes in Judaism we have a feast. But Judaism is not about the extravagant feast. Judaism is also about the simple, about the day-to-day, about having a meal simply consisting of bread, that we serve God sometimes with our extravagant feast, sometimes through wonders and miracles, God shows himself to us. But the norm in Judaism is not about the miracles, it's not about the wonders, and it's not about the extravagant feast. It's about the day-to-day, having those simple meals, and serving God with everything that we do. This was the lesson to Yisro, and a lesson for all of us. I wish you all a wonderful Shabbos.